please welcome the YouTube superstar, comedian, vlogger, and pranker. A man who has more than 24 million YouTube subscribers and more than 5.6 million followers on Instagram. He is one of the biggest social media stars on the planet, Roman Atwood.
Okay, welcome, Roman. Thanks for joining us here. Welcome to Dubai, your first time.
Thanks for having me, everybody. Seriously, this is unreal.
What are your first impressions? Only the positive ones, please.
What?
I said, what are your first impressions?
I think you guys should change the name to Do Big. Do Big. Everything here is gigantic.
Can we do that?
It's massive. Too big, as it flows well.
I think we want to kick things off. It's a natural sort of starting point. Where did the vlogging YouTube journey begin for you?
I was just a little boy. I started filming myself when I was just old enough to hold a camera. I had this crazy passion for it. Like even back in school, I was the kid in class that was like sleeping in school. I was not like that perfect kid, you know. So my teachers would always come to me and say, like, if you're not going to pay attention in school, you're not going to go to college. If you don't go to college, you're never going to be anything. You're never going to make any money. So what is it that you're going to do to make money if you're not going to pay attention in school? And I always had like the same stupid answer. It was like, I'm just going to make videos. And that was in 2000. YouTube didn't even come out until like 2005, 2006. So for me to say that I'm just going to make videos, it made no sense. Like that, looking back, I must have sounded really stupid, you know? But I just stuck with it. That was my passion. I didn't know what I wanted to do for money. It wasn't about that. I just wanted to make videos. That was the whole, it was just embedded in my brain. I was going to make these videos, you know? I graduated. I did graduate, I know. By a 0.1, it was like, that almost took skill to graduate by that little amount. But once I graduated, it was like my time to shine, and I didn't know what the heck to do. Like, I literally got to the point where I didn't focus enough in school to go anywhere past that, so I jumped into the factory life, where I would work in a factory for the next 12 years. This was like kind of distracting from what I wanted to do. Everything from depression to just really getting low points in my life that I wasn't making these videos. I was now a factory worker. And of course I would make videos, but there was nowhere to put them. There was nothing to do with these videos, and they were terrible. Nobody would watch them anyway. So how I got onto YouTube was I had this collection of videos like saved up all this time, and a bunch of my friends were like, you got to put this on YouTube. They would go crazy. They would go crazy on YouTube. So I put my videos on YouTube, and nothing happened. Like, nothing. I remember doing YouTube for about, 6 months before I had my first 50 view party in 24 hours. We hit 50 views in 24 hours, and I remember really being so excited. Like, this was such a goal. And like, half of that was probably me checking on the video and my mom, and it wasn't, it was a very, very slow climb for me. I stuck with it. I worked 40 hours a week minimum at the factory, and then Saturday and Sunday were my only days off. So I would create a new YouTube video every weekend, and I would post a new video every Tuesday for 2.5 years. I made 58 cents in that 2.5 years on YouTube. And I remember, I remember being so excited. I told my dad, I said, yo, I made 58 cents on YouTube. And he didn't smile, he didn't laugh. He looked at me and he said, well, that proves you can make money on YouTube. Like that was proof that you could make money. I just wasn't making any. So I did YouTube for a very long time. Never made 58 cents. That was the first money I made. I was doing sketch comedy. I was doing kind of what was popular on YouTube was kind of more edgy, raw, unrated sketch comedy. And I like to do that, but I was kind of a prankster at heart. And I remember telling my 50 viewers, like, would you guys like to see a prank? Like, I'd love to film a prank. And honestly, I didn't see pranks being done on YouTube at that time. The pranks that were being done were very, they were super family pranks. And I was like, I can take this to the next level, for sure. So I went out and filmed my first prank, which we would take a water cooler, like an empty cooler, and I would pretend to dump it on people. You know, like they do when you win a football game, they run up and they dump. That video ended up getting more views than all 2.5 years of my videos combined the first week. And then I tried to make a sketch, and everybody just said, I'm going to unsubscribe unless you do pranks. So I actually forced my viewers into pranks, and every time I would try to do a sketch, they would just eat me alive, you know, like YouTube does. So I started prank. I just focused on pranks, and every prank I did, my second prank went very viral. It was like on TV shows, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. So my second prank actually kind of put me on the spot on YouTube. Like, maybe I'm a YouTuber now. I think I had like 40,000 subscribers, which was huge for me. Like, I didn't even know, like, how do you even manage that? I released my prank on police with the water bottle. That one, now I'm a YouTuber. That gave me 140,000 subscribers that week. So I now just went to 180,000 subscribers.
You talked about, the crowning moment when you first earned 57 cents, or what was the catalyst for actually leaving the job at the factory and you thought this is a viable career option?
Well, once I made 58 cents, I knew, peace. Peace. It was a very slow process. It took me a long time to actually leave the factory because that was all I knew. I had it for so long, and I didn't know if YouTube was stable or, I'd already had a kid, raising a family. Like, I couldn't just bail from my job. It was actually my mom and dad who sat me down and was like, don't do this anymore. Focus on YouTube, 100%. Just focus on YouTube. Don't go to work anymore. Focus on YouTube. And they own the factory. It was their factory. So to hear that from my mom and dad, like, do not come here anymore. Focus on YouTube. That was like the blessing of just like give it your all. And honestly, when I was able to quit and focus, that's when everything just really started to take off. It was still like a very gradual climb.
Aside from making this kind of content, the prank content, you are quite different in that you love the nuts and bolts of it. You love editing. You don't find that process tiresome, which a lot of very successful, content creators do. They hate all that kind of stuff. They are videographers or performers, but they don't like the crux of the editing. But you love all that.
I started filming when I was a kid because I wanted to edit. So I'd have to film myself so that I had something to edit, or my brother or my friends, and I would just sit there and edit. And always had a passion for editing. I love it.
And moving forward to sort of today, you've transcended that prankster sphere to become a much more kind of family-orientated vlogger. Probably the biggest family-orientated vlogger in the world right now. What brought about that change, and how hard is it to sort of maintain with your obligations that you have to raising a family?
So moving from a non-rated prank channel, I was known for very edgy, crazy pranks, to a very slow transition into the family world was actually really scary But again, it was a super passion. It was like, this is where I'm going. If I lose all my viewers, I'm still going to move to family. Like, that was my only goal. I also saw that nobody was in that. Pranks were huge. Like, pranks were, a year before pranks died, I said pranks are going to die. I need to evolve. And that's a huge, huge lesson on social media. I think you have to evolve constantly. Like, there's trends. Pranks trend, vlogging trends. You can already see vlogging, there's already a wave happening with vlogs. What is the next thing that you can be there first? And family was definitely that for me. Also, my kids were getting to an age where I didn't want them to be seeing me do these things, right? It was like, I want to make something with you that we can watch together and we can participate together. Like, that's where I was. I didn't want to be this crazy guy forever, right? I'm getting older. I want to be a family man. So I started filming my family life. And that was a scary change because everything was crazy, right? And then I all of a sudden, I'm a dad. And all my prankster viewers are like, what? He's a real human. Like, it was a big change. Like, I seen it. It took a year and a half probably to make that change. But that's when my career really exploded, was the vlogs.
It's been very well received. You've got 3 Daytime Emmy Awards, which is the most family-oriented platform there is out there, and from your press cuttings, so it's something that you've embraced very well. And is there going to be a further change when your kids are grown up?
Further change, we're always evolving on the channel. The kids are getting to the age where now they want to take the camera. So I'll probably just give them the channel really soon. I'm going to just be here in Dubai. So...
Are they critical of themselves, of your videos, or were they originally shy, or did they
My
embrace
kids,
it?
believe it or not, are shy. They're very shy. They're very great on camera when it's just us and the family in the house, and it works very well. But if they were here right now on stage with me, it'd be like Kane's face would be in the corner of this chair, 100%. Cora would be screaming, and Noah would probably just be like waving at people. But
moving now into sort of the sphere of more direct kind of influence marketing, and for our budding content creators out there, how much are branded collaborations a part of your daily vlogs, a part of your daily life now? How much time does that take up?
As far as brands go, I believe on our channel we've been pretty picky with our brands, and that's based on finding brands that we love. We have a lot of viewers that look up to us as well. We always try our best to find a brand we love so that our viewers will love them. And then the brand is extremely happy. And sometimes that's hard to get across. A lot of brands just want to spend and get it out to as many eyes as possible. And we always fight to explain that if we love your brand, our viewers are going to love our brand, and then your brand's going to grow to a much greater extreme than putting it out on 10 different channels and just getting them eyes. We're definitely passionate about the brands we do get. Over the time, we've worked with some very big brands, Nissan being one of our biggest. With the whole GTR. I have a GTR because of Nissan, and that GTR became part of the family. It became a character in our life. YouTubers, right after that, started buying GTRs. It's a very popular car in the YouTube world because of this brand deal. But a great example of finding a brand we love and just showing it all the time,
I was going to say, how did you marry that initial fusion of still creating entertaining content, but still honoring your commercial obligations to the client? Nissan was a great example with your With Dad campaign. If you could tell the audience about that, because this was hugely successful and groundbreaking in what it did.
So my ball pit prank. This is where I filled my house with plastic play balls. This was actually, a lot of people didn't realize it was a brand for Nissan because it was a brand for With Dad. It was like a cool video for dads, So that was a great example of integrating a brand into a very natural setting. And that along came with Nissan being one of the biggest pre-roll Super Bowl ads of all time, and very successful. Also one of the hardest videos I've ever made in my life. That was all done with me and some GoPros and my family, my brother and kids and stuff.
So is that going to be a continue? I mean, a lot of the brands you work with, it's not one-off stuff. You know, you've essentially become an ambassador. How important is that for integrity, authenticity?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question because we as a family, we have been trying right now to find a brand that wants. I don't know if it's a sponsor or if it's a brand deal, but more brands that want to work long term. Where if you're a daily vlogger, your brand can be seen so many times, especially if we love the brand, because then it's in your house, it's in your videos, it's in the background. It's your brand becomes part of our family and our show. So moving forward, we definitely love brands that want continuous time.
And you've kind of evolved from that to passion projects of your own. You've Live.me and your Smile More initiative, which I know is very important to both you and your partner Brittany. So if you tell us a little bit about that and how that came about and the good work it's continues to do. Yeah, Smile More. Yeah.
Smile More is a long story, very personal story. Just going through some troubled times in my life. It was actually 2 words that I lived by, and I started just saying to myself constantly. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. It's like these 2 words lifted me up through some of the hardest times in my life. And then I thought, maybe this will help my viewers too. So I remember I think I just put it at the end of one of my videos. I didn't even say it. It was just like the 2 words. And I immediately saw these comments. I love that Smile More. I love Smile More. And I just saw like a very, almost a movement instantly happen in my comment sections. So I just started saying it. Obviously, my tagline is Smile More. And it's very inspiring, and it's also a product that, for me, I always wanted a brand that didn't even have to do with me, right? So if you're wearing a Smile More t-shirt, anybody can love that t-shirt. Grandma can love that t-shirt. A kid can love that t-shirt. It's just a lifting brand, and that's been a big part of why I've pushed Smile More so much.
And your other collaborations you've done, Traccess and Live.me, sorry. And it's your SeatGeek. What's that about? Where
SeatGeek?
Yeah, it's a collaboration where you offer discounted tickets for.
For any type of show, sporting events, concerts. Again, a brand that we love. We love going to shows, hockey games, whatever it is. We love that brand. Benefits us, benefits the viewers. That's the perfect brand for us.
Moving away from that, who gets Roman Atwood's views? Who are you subscribed to? Who do you draw inspiration from?
It's a good question. It sounds crazy. I don't watch YouTube. Very, very little. I learned this from my dad growing up. My dad is an absolute phenomenal guitar player. He's unbelievable. And I've asked him the similar question. He said, I didn't listen to the radio because I didn't want to copy anybody. I always did YouTube in a way that I didn't want to accidentally copy anybody. Of course I watch YouTube, like I see YouTube, but I never wanted to accidentally copy anybody. I think I'm known for content that's original. I've always fought so hard to come out with those pranks that nobody has ever seen. I've always created content that's always try to be first or ahead of that curve. Obviously I have plenty of people that I love on YouTube. Sean Doris, great energy, positive. The Shaytards was, in a way, an inspiration to me. I used to watch them before I even had a YouTube channel. Yusuf Arakat, FusiTube, I watched him before I even had a YouTube channel, and he was a complete stranger, and then we ended up going on a world tour together. So it's amazing, like, law of attraction, positive energy, these people that you have looked up to, you end up working with and becoming, one of my best friends,
Going back to the family content, I read that millennials now and a new generation of fathers, something they consume a lot of is how-to content, like parenting content, and secondly, they tune into YouTube a lot to see what their kids are doing. Do you think you can offer that kind of advice to, fathers, young fathers? Because apparently that is a huge sphere of YouTube, the parenting sector, who are trying to find out what their kids are doing. So as your kids grow up.
Yeah, so I think having kids myself has definitely helped me find that balance. I always know right where the line is, and my foot kind of goes like almost at the line. It's like I'm a crazy dad, but I'm a loving dad, and everybody knows that. They know the difference between entertainment and real life. But 2 years ago, I made the decision that one day my viewers will watch together. I will have family audience. I will have kids saying, "Mom and Dad, let's watch the new vlog." I wanted to create something that every night families would watch together. And that was my actual goal on my channel. Not something I ever talked about, but that's what I wanted to create because that's what I wanted to do with my kids on the channel in the future. 20 years from now, my videos are going to be so valuable to my family. You know, even looking back 3 years ago, we're like, holy cow, Cain had teeth, you know? It's like,
Okay, I won't hog the mic anymore. We'll turn this to our audience. Who has some questions for Roman? We'll start just down there on the right. Do we have a mic available?
Check. Hello, everyone. Hello, Roman Atwood. First of all, I just want to say thank you very, very much for coming to Dubai. And thank you for inspiring me and other people every single day with your vlog. And I have 2 questions for you. First question is, what is next? Because I see lots of YouTubers come to Twitch, and now you and Chase also moved to Twitch. You stopped vlogging and then you moved to Twitch, and that's why I want to know your opinion. What is next? What is next for you, or for maybe for other big YouTuber or big influencers like you?
Should we get rid of him? Or
And second question. And the second question, is it possible for you to take a picture with me for my vlog right now?
100%. You're gonna start a chain of events, though.
So I just want to, hello,
I didn't quit.
this is Roman Atwood. And say hello to everyone. Hello. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. So to go to your first question, first of all, thanks for allowing us to be here. This is a super honor to us. I've been wanting to come to Dubai for so long. You guys have no idea. So to be here for a reason too is quite the honor. I definitely haven't quit vlogging. First of all, we did make an announcement. Maybe seemed like we were quitting. We were just taking a step back. There's just so much going on in our life. It's hard to explain as a daily vlogger, and we all talk together. Like all us daily vloggers, it's not a big environment. We all know each other, and we all talk, and it's all the same problems. We are businessmen at the end of the day, and daily vlogging is based around daily vlogging. If you daily vlog, that is the only thing you can do. And you see 10 to 20 minutes of our day, but it took the whole day to create that. Unless I do a current day vlog, and that's because I spent the whole day before that working on business. I think we all reach a certain point where we become overwhelmed with our actual businesses, and we've put it aside for so long because we want our daily vlogs to be at their greatest. Also for me, it's becoming a family moment where the kids may want to do something, but mentally, that might not be what's best for the vlog. So we have to choose as a family what's best for the family. So sometimes it works out perfect. Hey, the kids want to do this. Also a great vlog. Boom, easy. But lately, the kids are changing. They want to do things that aren't entertaining. They want to sit and watch a movie together, and that's where we have to be. So finding that balance as a father and a daily vlogger, it's different. A lot of successful vloggers now, they don't have kids. They're able to just entertain. It's awesome. I'm in a different position where my family has to come first. So we are trying something new as we step back for a moment, and that is long-form content. I see a possibility of long-form becoming popular, not for the AdSense reasons. My new I'll be releasing April 4th my first 90-minute vlog, and this won't have any ads in it. This will be the same as a vlog, right? I've never run ads in my vlogs. It's always a 5-second skippable. I've never done that. This will be the first long-form vlog that I've ever seen shot a little more professionally. So I'm still vlogging, just like I always vlog, But then in between those transition, you got the cool B-roll, you got the cool shots, you got the, that Casey Neistat production behind the scenes happening to help that 90 minutes flow a little better. Where you don't focus on the AdSense, right? Because that 90-minute is never going to pay for itself ever on YouTube. I'm going to take a loss on that 90 minutes. Finding brands to go inside that 90 minutes, I think, is a big future. You have a lot more room for the brands that you love to fulfill, sponsorships, maybe brands that help you make that 90-minute movie. And I think there could be, this is just a guess, this is trying to be ahead of the curve, I think there could be, as movies start to decrease, we already see that happening. The movie theaters are struggling. Maybe more long form on the internet is going to become more popular. So this is we're going to be trying that for the first time. We're shooting our 90-minute right here in Dubai. So as we get home, it'll be our first one. Yeah.
After that announcement, do we have any more questions? I think we have a couple at the back and at the front.
Hi, Roman. This is Sandra here. I work for UNICEF. Sorry if I've taken someone's spot who's about to ask a question. For someone who has such a positive and inspirational energy, is there, when it comes to giving back to the community, is there a cause that you're passionate about or that you're looking to support? Would love to hear more. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of Make-A-Wish. We do everything possible to fulfill every Make-A-Wish that we can. Even hopping in a car the day we hear and driving 8 hours to meet a kid that's not got much time left, that becomes number one as soon as we get those. We fly all over the country to meet kids. We bring kids to our home. This year I was fortunate enough to bring 11 families, over 50 people to my house, to my backyard in Ohio, where we would crack 250,000 glow sticks and fill the entire water park. These were all Make-A-Wish kids. And it was just incredible. It doesn't get any better than that, honestly. So Make-A-Wish is huge. We're very passionate about that.
Another question over there at the front.
Hey, Roman. So what's the difference between a 90-minute vlog and like a TV show that you're going to post on YouTube? So what would make it different? Because the vlog is you holding the camera, filming it, but if production's going to go into it, isn't that just a TV show or?
Yeah, I think that when you see it, it will appear as just a very long vlog. When I say production, I'm really just talking about those transitions, talking about keeping the dead space out and making it a little more fancy than I would. I don't ever do those fancy things. Listen, I'm on a plane, I put some like hip hop music into it or something. But I think the difference, honestly, between the TV aspect and the vlog is that there's no script. You'll obviously be able to see I'm not acting, and I think that's where I would lose a big audience. Because they want me, and that's what I'm gonna try to hold very true to. So I'm sure most people will break it up into maybe 10 videos, but it's just there for the 90 minutes. So
I got the question.
Hopefully I answered that well.
Hi, Roman. First of all, thank you all for all the content you put out. I wanted to ask, are you ever gonna go back on tour with Fusi? Because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and you flew all the way from Miami just for that show.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I don't know. I really don't have the answer. We were scheduled to continue tour. Then we had Cora, and once baby Cora came, it was like just complete shutdown. Like I'm not leaving right now. So we decided to just cancel the tour and focus on being home. Come to Dubai.
I think there's a couple of questions at the back and in the middle there.
Where do you see yourself in next 10 years?
It's funny, I was asked that question 10 years ago. Definitely not on a stage in Dubai 10 years ago. So where would I be 10 years from now? You know, I don't know, man. Hopefully we've continued to grow the business, and I'm focused on the kids at that point, who won't really be much kids anymore.
No, exactly.
That's crazy. No, I don't know. That's a good question. I'll think about that.
Tuition fees.
I'll put it in my vlog.
Any more questions? So we've got 2 or 3 there.
Hi Roman, my name is Shafi, and I watch your vlogs every day, and I just want to say that you've inspired me so much. I don't have a question, but you've inspired me so much that you made me a better person, and I just want to say those three words you say at the end of your vlog: you're beautiful, you're one of a kind, smile more.
Smile more.
Deserve a round of applause. I think someone's trying to put their hand up there. Could you stand up so they see you? Yeah.
Hi, Roman.
Hello.
Dami here. So we come from a talent acquisition side of the business in media. So I have 2-part questions for you. The first is, what goes on behind the scenes? Like, do you have a team working for you in terms of research, or do you just keep it within the family? And how do you go about vetting the brands that you work with? Like, apart from making sure your followers will be happy with them and you'd be happy with them, what else do you look out for?
The first question, big believer in keep it small, keep it all. My business is run by family and friends. I think I'm one of the few YouTubers that don't have the big team, the big crew, the agents, I've never really had that. I've obviously had help, a manager, things like that, but I have kept it very family-based, extremely family-based. Everyone that works for me is childhood friend, family member. My career has been amazing for the whole family. It's been really, really cool. The second question is finding the brands that I love first, the family loves, makes it all so easy. If we love it, it's so easy to know that my viewers will love it because they see the truth. If I put out something that I don't truly love, they know they're gonna call it out, and it's not gonna translate for the brand. So we always make sure that we're happy, that makes the brand happy, and the viewer happy. Triple threat.
Any more questions, guys? No? I think that's it. Oh, we do.
Hi, Roman. So now YouTube space has become very noisy. You've got great content creators. What's your advice for anyone trying to get into YouTube now?
I'll be honest, I would hate to be starting YouTube right now. I think it is a time where I feel like it's been right place, right time for me on many things. I see YouTube shifting a lot more corporate. I see, even with the front page, you see a lot more of the talk shows and the movie trailers, and it's becoming a little more like their tube versus YouTube. Because when I started, the front page was just creators. It was the everyday kid, the everyday guy could make that video and just so happened to make it on that front page, and that was really critical. I don't think it's impossible. I mean, I thought it was impossible when I started. I think that if you're doing YouTube for business and money, I think it's going to be a very long road. I think if you're just doing what you love, and I say that because that's how I did it. There was no money. I lost money for years doing YouTube, but it didn't matter. I was just having fun. That was my weekend. That was my chance to have a good time. If somebody walked up to me and said, "How do I do YouTube?" I would say, do it because you love to do it. I think if you're starting it as a business, it's like anything. If you want to be a professional surfer, you can't go out and jump on the first wave and surf it. It's going to take years to learn how to catch that wave. So I would say be very patient, be original, be consistent, and find something that you love to do, and then learn how to change, evolve from that. So.
One more question. So you've got FTC laws, and you've heard about that UAE is also introducing the NMC laws where content creators have to be licensed and declare the fact that they're doing commercial work. How do you feel about that, and how was the effect of FTC when it actually launched the law in the US?
How do I feel about that? I'll be honest, I think the whole genre is getting more difficult. I think, like I said, when I was doing YouTube, everything was so vague and so you could do anything you want at any time and just get away with it. I think now there is changes coming, and there are going to be a lot more that regulate what you create and what you can even put on YouTube. I mean, it's already happening. I think I've been in a different category with the family-friendly content. I haven't run into a lot of those issues as far as, you know, what I can put up and whatnot, because we're always behind that line. I don't have the best answer for you on that, but I would say this, it's just the start. I think there's going to be a lot more coming. So.
Okay, does anyone have any final questions for Roman? I think last one in the middle here.
Yes, hi, my name is Raya. I think I'm the only one in the room. I don't know you. I've never heard of you. So nice to meet you today. So I wanted to ask you, when did you first realize that you are becoming famous or a public face? And do you encourage your kids to do the same as what you did?
I think when you get recognized in a public bathroom, that was one of the first times I knew that maybe I was starting to get recognized a lot. Getting recognized when that started happening, that was really weird. That was really weird for us. You know, when we started to realize we're actually a YouTuber now, you know, what an exciting time coming from factory life and being very, very, very broke. We come from not poor, but we just paid our bills. That was it. So to grow on that platform was very exciting, and it gave my family and I an opportunity to do things that we truly would never be able to do if that hadn't happened. The second part of that question was to my kids or the kids out there? My kids. You know, they are so used to having a camera on them that it's actually kind of weird. Like Cora, since she's born, has had this weird black object in her face, right? And like, what's that gonna be? I have a dozen photos of me as a child. I have not a single video, not one. And she can already watch her entire, you know, last 8 months. And I love the vlogs for my family. I love that we can watch these back. And, you know, Noah has asked for a Twitch account for the last year every day. And you know, it's hard to explain to him that, you know, he's not a regular kid joining Twitch. It comes with so much responsibility to our level. It's a very being successful on YouTube is a double-edged sword. It comes with so many behind-the-scenes problems, and you know, full-time security and 24-hour police at your house, and those are the kind of things that people don't see. Those are also the kind of things that make us back down a little bit at the moment. So.
Okay, I think we have to wrap it up there, but ITP Live and Dubai are very, very glad to have you here. So
thank you for having me,
so
guys.
Let's give them
Seriously,
a big round of applause,
you.
guys. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Roman. What a lovely person.